Prime Minister Binyamin Netanyahu has traveled to the U.S. to meet with American President Barack Obama. While there are doubts whether Netanyahu will give in to the two-state initiative, many assess he will agree to uproot some of the unauthorized hilltop communities. Shalom to Daniella Weiss, the former mayor of Kedumim and one of the leaders of the Jews of Yesha, who comes to us now from our newsroom.
Shalom, Yoni.
So a few days ago, you held a protest in Jerusalem, pressuring Prime Minister Netanyahu not to give in to American demands. So why protest already? Why are you so worried about the results of the meeting?
As a matter of fact, it's a strange question because there's so much pressure imposed on Netanyahu upon his visit and meeting with Obama that it is strange that there wouldn't be some kind of attitude or some kind of, even not to use the word protest, but we, as the Ne'emanei Eretz Israel, should give expression to our loyalty to the great Israel. While the world is pressing on concessions, we say no. We believe that the entire land of Israel belongs to the Jewish nation. And we very much expect Netanyahu to give expression to this very basic attitude to the idea of the great Israel.
So are you saying you have fears of Netanyahu himself or just the pressures on him?
We know that Netanyahu is very much, as we say in Israel, very much Yamin. He is Yamin, not extreme right, but Yamin. But we also heard him give expression to different kinds of agreements, including, I heard him once giving a very clear speech in Yehuda V'Shamron Academy in Ariel, and he there very much referred to the idea that the mountain ridge communities are sort of a problem. So he does have in mind some kind of variation on the autonomy plan originated by Menachem Begin more than 30 years ago, because he doesn't see, from what I hear in his expressions, he doesn't see complete sovereignty of Israel over Judea and Samaria. So when this is a platform, the pressures of Obama might have their effect. So we must have our counter pressures.
You know, there's a lot of talk of what Netanyahu will agree to, and many are saying he will only agree to uproot hilltop communities. What are you and the others in the hilltops doing to prepare?
First of all, when you prepare, it is first of all with the ideology. We see indeed that the entire land, including the hilltops, the mountain ridge, the area from Jenin, from Ein Ganim, through Shechem, through Jerusalem, Ma'ale Adumim, Bethlehem, and Hebron, all of this mountain ridge, all of it belonging to Israel. So when there are talks about concessions, giving in, all sorts of agreements, this yes and this no, we stand strong with our good old belief, faith, that the entire land is ours. You know, what happens is that people, even in the right circles, the right-wing political circles, got used to the idea that as far as the idea of the land of Israel is concerned, it is legitimate to speak about giving this territory or that territory, doing this or doing that. But we think differently. We think in the old terms that we are not allowed to give away any part of Israel. Now, in what way are we preparing ourselves? First of all, by giving expression to this basic idea. We believe that all of Israel belongs to the Jews. Now, on the one hand, it seems very strange that while Obama is pressing so hard on a two-state solution, that our prime minister would stand with a very clear opposite view. No, and what we expect of Netanyahu is to say, President Obama, you expressed your views very clearly, but I, as the prime minister of the State of Israel want to express an opposite view. And I think it is only right and proper that as the Prime Minister of Israel today, I should give expression to a very clear idea. As you say, Mr. President, words have meaning. So I want to say words that have meaning. The land of Israel belongs to Israel, to Yaakov. This is what I want to say to you very clearly. You are clear with your words, and now I represent Mr. Netanyahu for a second. I, Netanyahu, want to tell you my words also have meaning. The State of Israel, Israel is Yaakov, and it all belongs to us. Now, Mr. President Obama, let's face one another and say, you say what you think, I say what I think.
Regarding the elections, why is it that the nationalists do well in the elections, but their policies keep not being enacted?
Well, why there is no sufficient expression in the Knesset, or we do not see enough delegates of the right-wing ideology, if I understood well your question. I think that we can see people who hold to these ideas in different parties. But to be more precise in my answer to your question, I think that in a world of pragmatism, in the modern world, to hold strong to the idea that what guides us today is the Bible and only the Bible. Our religion, only our religion. The promise of God to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and only this. It was, and it is, and it will be. The promise of God is what guides us. This comes easy from my mouth, thank God. It doesn't come easy from the mouths of people, even religious people, because the tsunami of modern thought and pragmatism doesn't leave space for the truth of the past, which are relevant to the present and the future. And this is an ideological, a spiritual difficulty. And I thank God that I am part of the people and also part of the hilltop youth, if I can call myself youth, that very much, that we are very much guided with every single deed that we do every day with the guidance of God, the guidance of the Bible. We think we cannot invent the wheel, we cannot invent a new Bible, we cannot invent a new ideology. What guides us is our 100% loyalty to the entire land of Israel. And I pray to God that Netanyahu will have this light in his mind telling him, stand as a proud Jewish leader in front of the President of the United States and tell him, Israel belongs to Israel.
Daniella Weiss, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Yoni.